And as you can see, we are going to have just another play with watercolors. Yes. Um, I'm going to be doing, I guess I should wait, but we are going to be doing 3 large panels, and I'll explain why we're going to do those 3 large panels first, and then I've got some smaller panels that are set up. Um, you can see here I've got 3 palettes going on here, um, because I'm going to, I want to play with my granulating watercolors. So let's just wait a few minutes for people to come in, and I'll grab the box of the watercolors. Maddie, good morning. Vicky, good morning. How are you both doing? Okay, we're good. Grab the wrong one. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. So I hope you both are doing good. Yes, we are going to play with our watercolors. Really getting into them, and these are the ones that we are going to play with. Cordelia, good morning. So these are the Mission Gold. It's another, along with my QORs, I love the Mission Gold watercolors, um, and also the Lucas. But these are the granulating watercolors, and I love granulation in my watercolors. I just love the effect. I love the look. When it comes to watercolors, I always go against the grain. And again, I am not going to profess that I know about watercolors or anything else. I just love to play with them to see what we can do with them. And these are the Tourmaline two-tone granulation set. Um, but these are just really cool. So this box here comes in 34 colors. I think they have a total of 52 or something like that. And then that's what they look like when you get them. These are very earthy tones, so you're not looking at, there's not too many bright, vibrant tones per se. Um, and then I had found a location where I was able to get more colors that I really wanted in the collection. Okay, more sourdough. I so need to move near you, Cordelia. Um, so these are the colors that I have, and you can see they're earthy for the most part. And what I mean by earthy, you know, yes, this is bright, that one's bright, but you can see not many of them are these bright, vibrant colors, and they some of them have this mix, like the Moonlight Violet. You can see these 2 colors that come into it. Same thing with the Oxidized Turquoise. I absolutely love that. And that's kind of the color that you see that goes throughout some of these, that really pulls out. Love the Blue Dawn, because you get those different colors. The Aurora Violet, you get this pop of brightness, but then it also tones it down. So these are, I just want to have a play with these. Um, when it comes to that. And I'll give you some of my tips and tricks when it comes to the granulation. Water is your key. That's bottom line. That's what it is. Let me get these activated. And I did make sure that this is my water bottle and not my alcohol bottle. Don't ask. Yeah, it was just but it's good to know that, you know, if you make the boo-boo of spraying your watercolors with alcohol, it doesn't destroy them. It absolutely, you know, just, it's a very scary day when I did that. Alright, so I'm going to take these off to the side. And let's just have a play real quick. So granulating watercolors, you know, you get those speckles. Is the best way that I can describe it, or the way that I describe it. So let's look at the Blue Dawn. If I take this down and then add water to it, you get this beautiful granulation, and it really comes out in cold press because we've just got that texture, and it's just a beautiful, you can see how some of it is just settling into the crevices, and you can start seeing this different color appear with some of the colors. It's really, it's, to me, it's, again, watercolors for me are just magical. They are just absolutely magical. And I haven't played too much with my palettes to see what we've got going on. So we are just going to have a play with these. I'm loving that color. But we're going to set up some large panels, and I'm going to set those aside so that they can dry, because then if they work with what I want to do, you can see here that pinkish tone is also coming out. That granulation is sitting in the crevices. And again, it's water. Water's your key when it comes to granulation watercolors. So hopefully, and you can see how this is starting to do its thing. So always, as with everything, we've got that learning curve, and we're going to see how that goes, right? So let's have a play. Oh, awesome, Cordelia, you're having fun making fall card. Awesome. All right, now I don't know. So let's grab now the paper that I'm using for the large panels is actually Bristol cardstock. It's not the watercolor. I don't know, which one did I go in there? I don't know which one I went into. No, I'll go into this one. because what I'm doing, or what I'm hoping that this does, is I want to do autumn colors, or just these deep tones. Because what I actually want to do is, in our community, we're getting ready for Inktober. So just trying to pull that out. So lots of water. This is really going to buckle, and that's okay. Now, what color do I want to put on the outside? I'm not sure I'm going to like that one, but you know what? We go with it. We don't do anything else but go. If I see I've got some harsh lines, I'll break them up. And I just want to make sure that there's some of these colors in here. Again, I don't know if I'm going to use this, but I want to see what this does. If I don't use it for the community in the tangling, it's not a problem, because then I will use them for cards. With this much water, I can't resist tilting it. Good morning, Gwen. How are you doing? To get those colors going, get some of those harsh lines. But you can just see the granulation that's going on. It's settling, starting to just puddle. And that's our first one. Let's do our next. I'm using a very large mop style quill brush. Because that'll hold the water for me. Which will just make these move. Okay, I want to go back into this one, because this one's really cool. Can you do the same thing that I'm doing here with regular watercolors? Absolutely. We don't have to limit ourselves. But you can see the tourmaline, it's going through. This one I like. Okay. I'm gonna run out of spaces for these to dry. we hear a crash, you'll know what it is. Let's do some circles. I'm okay if there's white spaces going in. I do want to add a purple. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm learning my counts again. And just adding some more of the color. Just to get that vibrancy. And then I think I'll add that purple again. Just to these outsides. Just to fill it in. And again, we tip. Gwen, I love Denise. I love watching Denise Love, and again, I'll have her linked down again, down below. I just love it when she pulls out these things and just has fun with them. I'm actually, Gwen, setting these panels up because what my plan is, since this is Bristol Smooth, I'm going to cut them into 3.5 by 3.5 inch squares. And I'm hoping if these come out the way that I want them to. I don't know if my first panel's gonna, I'm not sure I'm really liking the color scheme that came out with that. It's really cool. This is what it's doing so far. But I'm just, that yellow is just really, it's not what I wanted. When it came to the colors. And yes, these are granulating watercolors. And then this one's doing as well. What I love also about watercolors is while it looks bright and vibrant on here, it will dry back. Because if I'm tangling on top of these, I'm going to use these in Inktober. If it works. Yes. So that's what I'm looking to do with my tiles, is to have these backgrounds. The ones that I don't use, don't you worry. We're going to do something with those. This one's really my favorite. And again, I usually don't like to go back in, but I don't want super harsh lines. I don't mind spots. I don't mind this on the outside. But, so those are the 3. And then once these are dry, I'll take these off, and then there's another 3 that I want to do. But for us, so let's look back on those 2 panels so you can see the 2 colors in there with the granulation. It's It's mesmerizing. It's really cool what they do. But they're earthy. They are earthy, very earthy tones. I hope it works. Hello, Flo. How are you doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. And I have some smaller panels here so that we can have some fun. Let's see. I'm looking over my colors. That's why I'm tapping. So sorry, I'm tapping. Just going to make some backgrounds. Let's see what we have then. Maybe we'll add some black ink to them. You can spray your base if you want. I don't like. Oh, I like that red. Yes, I like that red. Let's see if we can get these two to meet. And again, these are the Mission Gold. I don't know if I just went into the wrong color, but okay, that works. And let's just have that go in there like that. I need that to be a little darker. So mixing right on the page. Why not? Just let these do their thing. See what we get. Add a little bit deeper brown down here. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Oh. Different. And these are ones, Gwen, I do still use that. I still do use the You Create watercoloring paper for the tangles. Absolutely. I still love that. I like to keep that natural. I just wanted to see how these will work at the same time on Bristol. Good morning, Anthony. How are you? Let's do a reverse. These two. Again, just mixing right onto the page and then getting that water in there. For some reason, I'm really gravitating towards this palette. Believe it or not, this is a purple. It is called Fog Violet. this is called Rose Magenta. And again, tipping it up so that we can get those drips. I never have many clear spots on any flat surface. Never. Very rare. You can tap it to get it moving. Love that. Love this. Some of these smaller panels, I think, are going to get cut up. So, again, just having a play. Let's have a play. All right, let's change the color a little bit. This is VanDyke Green, I think. Yes. So since this is all, I'm not sure what this paper is. These were scraps that I found. So I pulled them in. And this one's here, that oxide. So you'll really get to see the oxide turquoise really has a cool effect. So you can get the reverse by just tipping your piece back and forth. And we'll see what that does. And now we'll do these three. Sorry. You all know when I'm doing that, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. But yeah, I never have clear spots. I wish I did. But nope. All right, let's try Burgundy Red. Let's put in some scary yellow. But you know I'm going to tip this. So this is going to do something else. Yeah, I like that yellow in there. Alright, I'm running out of space. It's like gel printing. You just run out of space real quick. Yeah, I like the turquoise oxide as well. She's really, really pretty. Let's try this. This is Moonlight Violet. And then in the center of that, let's put a bronze brown. Oh, they're close. Okay. Little too close. Little too close. But I like it. Gonna add some pops of pink. You can see with that Moonlight Violet, you've got these flecks of that brown that's going through there as well. So I'm hoping by the time we have this one done, we will have let's see, what other cool colors do I see? Same one. I don't know which way I went with these. Let's do a purple one with some reds. What do you think? And I want to go back to that Moonlight Violet. So, love these because of the earthy tones. Don't get me wrong. I do love the look of a rainbow. But I do like the mottled colors. You know, the back, the push back. Love those two colors. Which one, Anthony? This one or this one? This is a 12 round, and this is a 7 quill. They hold lots of water, and you want that with granulating colors. So let's go back and look at our first one. So that's what this looks like. I love the look of it. It's not the color scheme that I was going for. I kind of really like that color scheme. I like what this did. And there you can see all the granulation. That's just settling. Love it. Love it. And then here, then not what I was going for, but we can just change this up. Absolutely. But I love, you know, you get these purple hues that are coming through that just push right through. I actually believe the smaller ones are going to be the ones I pull. All right, so let's take this off. It's not completely dry, but I can put a new one on and see where we go with it. Ooh, having water on my desk is dangerous. All right, so let's get that up there. And I know I had others pulled. Here we go. It is, Cordelia, and it is very fall-ish. Yes. All right, let's get this. Where's my tape? I lost my tape. I found my tape. So what are you guys working on? Cordelia, I know you're working on fall backgrounds, which is awesome. All right. And it's probably because the panels are too big that I'm really liking. I don't know. I do not know. But we're going to continue to stay big. How about that? Let's just stick with that. Let's go in. I don't know where I want to start. Oh. Huh. Yeah, this is a moment. We're having a moment. Wow. Okay. This is that Moonlight Violet again. I'm going to come in with the oxide in the center. Come off that with the brown. We'll do blotchies. Call them blotchies. See what we get. I really like that Moonlight. So taking out that harsh line. This one's interesting. So we're going to let that just do its thing. And you can see where if you don't add your water, it'll stay smooth. But when you do add your water, you get that granulation. So water's key. Let's go back to this one. Oh, that's a great idea, Cordelia. Yeah, you can did it. Where'd it go? There it is. Okie dokie, Anthony. Awesome. So you're getting everything set up for your channel. That is wonderful. About time. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So as this continues to dry, yeah, I'm kind of liking it. Because again, I've got to envision it cut up. This will look completely different. This is definite. I don't think this one's going to be definite. I don't know. I keep looking at that one. Just keep looking at it. All right, let's get another large one on here. And I think I'm going to segregate. I think I'm going to do this in half here. Sala, good morning. Oh, Sala, you're here with Flo. Oh my, this will be fun now. I hope you're doing very well. Oh, Cordelia, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. Well, good morning, Burton family. Welcome. We are just having a play with watercolors. And then seeing what we can do with them. These are granulating watercolors. So just having a good fun play with them. And yeah, we're going to go right down the center here. Me, no. Nope. All right, let's see what this does. You guys in the chat. You guys are fun. All right, let's add some more colors. Let's see. I do like, let's try Violet. I think that's this one here. Oh, okay. What does this do if I put this next to it? Let's look at a green. I like that green. That is Forest Green. And I'm just having a play off that. These yellows scare me. Just a little bit. Just saying. And then let's see if we get this deep red in there. What does that do? I'm going to wipe out that other one. And I also want to sop up some of that yellow. I like it, but I don't. So by tipping, it's mixing, it's moving. And now you just get those drips, which will be fun. I like it. Okay, need a bigger brush. I am liking that red. Let's come back in with a purple. I don't know where my purples are now again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I see I've got a puddle, I'm going to try to pull it. I like those colors. Like those colors. Oh, Stella, you guys. For the color therapy. guys. Yeah, this one's not bad. The yellows, they kind of throw me off. Um, and I don't know why. Oh, I really like that harsh line. Okay, let's keep that harsh line. So as you're tilting it, if you watch, again, watercolors are going to go where they're going to go as long as there's water. So I like that harshness going on there. This is, oh, I can put that up there. Maybe I can't. I don't want it to be on an angle. All right, we'll put that there. So, loving this. Yeah, I like that. That's a keeper. It almost looks like there's circles, but there's not. And again, when you're looking at this, envision these large panels are going to be cut into 3.5-inch squares. Some of these panels, and they're going to look completely different once they cut. And you'll see what they look like when we cut them, and you'll see how they'll change. And then I just have one more. We'll get that one done. And I think I actually want to do a large panel with the colors that I just used. Ah! See? That's what happens when you don't watch. Just tore my paper. That's okay. Story, good morning. Did somebody just say, Ave, good morning. How are you doing? We are just having a fun play with watercolors, granulating watercolors, doing all kinds of things. I'm setting up for Inktober in our community, the second level. And making some smaller panels so that we can have some fun with them. You know, I have alcohol inks and I just don't use them. Oh, and remember, if anybody's got a question, if you put it in all caps, I'll see it. I try to keep up with the comments, and I wish I remembered the colors that I used. Very vibrant. I think I remember. I'm actually really liking that one with the yellow. That's funny. All right, let's do big panel here. Let's do our last big panel, and then we'll look at our small ones. Mm. Mm. Like that color. Some of these do look a lot alike. Oh, I don't know what this one is. Oh, but I like it. Um, but they'll dry back differently. I'm gonna go 6. Where's that oxide? Now that's a little psychedelic. And I do like the way that these all mix together. And I don't know if that's because of again, I believe the granulating component in this is that tourmaline. That just pulls through. Oh, I like that one. What do you think? You like that? Um, do I have a Potter's Pink? There is not a pink. There's a pink, but it's more on the purple when it comes. I'm gonna set this aside. Oh, yeah, I like that one. I don't know where I'll set this, but we're gonna put this somewhere. Hang on, gotta find a spot. Gotta find a spot. All right, let's see if it goes. Yeah, it'll work. So here's our small ones. And hopefully they'll be all in the camera here, in the viewing area. And I really like them all. I like the way that they dried back. I love the look of the granulation of them, and I like the way that the yellow went into this one. So we'll have a play with that one. This one I'm going to save. That one I want to cut. I'm going to cut that one, I think. We're going to play with this one. I like this and what that's doing. I like what that one did. Oh, yeah, and I love that. I love the smaller ones. The smaller ones are cool looking. Okay. Yes, I see that. Okay, we're good. I have not decided what today's are going to be when they grow up. What I like about this, just doing these things, is they can be anything. You can die cut them. You can ink over them. You can do just all sorts of things. And I think now with the larger ones, Sala, these are going to be cut down, which I think are going to look really cool. So these two are definite. And into 3.5 by 3.5 inch squares so that we can, I'm getting ready in our second level in our community to do Inktober, which is a 31 days, right? Go ahead. Yeah, 31 days of tangling. So that'll be fun. And then there will be like 2 or 3 of those videos with no voice brought onto here so that you can see that. But that's for our level 2. And then the smaller ones, I don't know. I'm seeing this one. I'm seeing a tangle called Toodles, so we're gonna do some tangling today. But I am seeing Toodles on this one. I'm just saying. Um, I'm seeing Bold Gold coming up into this. Yes, I will have Denise Love linked down below. Give her credit for all the inspiration when it comes to these. I love watching her. I love listening to her play. She's very inspiring. And then these are still chilling out, doing what they're doing. And I'm still moving those inks around. Again, giving it another mode of movement as they continue to dry. What I love about the harsh lines, that one, actually this one and this one are my favorite. That one and that one. I love the blooms. I like it when watercolors bloom, when they go off like that. I really wish my larger boards were dry. I'd like to do a couple more of those. I'll do those off camera. I'm making sure that these are dry. You'll know they're dry when they're not cool. Let's reveal. So yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to be when they grow up. But you guys are going to see. What would happen if I used earth tones? Mud. Do you mean actual mud, Anthony? I'm just, where are you going, Anthony? Where are you going with that question? Just saying. Hello, Sharon. How are you doing? The red wet. This one, yeah, it does. It does, Sala. That's really cool. But I do like when they bloom because for me that's just like, okay, you know what? Just outline that in gold. Just get that gold in there, outline it, and you get these beautiful marble effects. Did I answer your 2 questions? I saw one. You said there was 2. Let's see. So what do you, oh no, Gwen, I froze up. Oh, okay. So, Anthony, you had one in there. Where is it? Where did it go? I saw it. Would the colors bleed to be muddy, or would we still see the separations? It all depends on what you're doing. So when I was mixing these colors, I didn't mix too much because I still wanted to see these different colors that were coming in. Um, that is just calling for all kinds of gold. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I think one of them are going to get pushed back down. But when they bloom, you can identify. Now, again, when you take some of your colors, Anthony, and you really mix them together constantly, the key, one of the things that you'll learn over time when you work with watercolors is don't overwork it. If you keep working through them and keep doing that, and if you don't stop, then yes, you'll get that mud turn where it'll go brown. Now, don't get me wrong, it can be a beautiful shade of brown. An absolutely gorgeous shade of brown. All right, so let's pull that one off. You know, pulling off tape is the wonderful part. And I know somebody, you know, leave a comment. I know this tape is wasteful, but I'm more concerned about my panel than the tape. That's just me. You do you. Save it. Have at it. And the reason I'm pulling this tape off, because there's a lot of paint and water on that. Oh, good. Oh, good. Turns your yay. So when it comes to your color theories, I always suggest to do a wheel, a color wheel. And I don't know if I'll be able to get my color wheel. Let's see if I can reach it. This will be fun. If you hear anything crash, it's all okay. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Give me that. Here. A color wheel. So take your primary red, yellow, and blue. Those are your primaries. And if you're just starting off in watercolors, get a cool red and a warm red, a cool yellow and a warm yellow, and a cool blue and a warm blue. And I don't know them off the top. I know the cool yellow's lemon yellow. I think the warm is cadmium. Rose madder, I think, would be your cool red. I forget what the warm red is. And then your blue, you could get a phthalo blue would be your cool, and then your ultramarine, I think, is your warm. So you just need those 6 colors. And that's all you ever need in watercolors. You don't need this obsession here. All right, and you can get every color in the world. But if you take your primary red and your primary yellow, you're going to get orange. That's your secondary. You take your primary blue and a primary yellow, you're going to get green. That's your other secondary. And then when you take your primary blue and your primary red, you're going to get a purple. Those, so you got your primaries, now you've got your secondaries. But then there's also a tertiary level where if you take the red and the orange, you get a color in between. They call that sometimes vermilion. And then if you take your orange and your yellow, you'll get an amber. Your green and your yellow, get like a bright green, like a chartreuse, sap green. Your green and your blue, teal. And then your purple to red, magenta, and your blue to the purple, you get violet. Those are your tertiary. That's the third level that you can get. And then depending upon how much water you add, it'll get lighter. The more water you have, the lighter it'll be. But when you do this wheel, you'll know that if you mix a red and a green, that's where your brown's going to come in. When you get your purple and your yellow, that's when the brown comes in. Blue and orange, that's when the brown comes in. So that will help and guide you to say, okay, this gives you an idea of how colors will work together. And this idea, at least for me, again, it's always for me, what works when I say this. I could be saying something wrong. So in my world, this also works for acrylics, paints, this works for colored pencils, this works for any type of coloring medium, sprays, ink pads, all that. So that's just an idea of what your colors can do. So I hope that helped a little bit. Oh, Flo, have a good one. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. True, but the way that it just coils up, and I can't get it straight again, Sally, with the tape. Weird things. But I always say, too, when it comes to color theory, try it. There's nothing wrong in trying it. It's paper. It's got two sides. There's more paper. I mean, just keep trying when it comes to that. All right, don't stop trying. All right, I'm going to, let's see, what do we have here? These are still, even though they still feel cool, so they're still drying, but they're dry somewhat. These here, we'll do some tangling, and these we're going to pull in our thing. Yeah, I like that one. Oh, yeah, I like that one. Yes. And there's just a small spot there that's still drying. So here are our panels. That one's still got a drip. I love that one too. It's like clouds. I really like this whole cloud thing going on. And then we got these. These are almost ready. If I have to, I'll take a heat gun to them. And I think those are all my panels that I have everywhere. All right, so let's pull these here. I'm going to move that up there. You're just going to hear some things flying. We're going to move the water off the table. And I got a little splashy. I'll move that there. Yes, I need to make room. Gotta make some room. And we'll put that there. I always let my watercolors dry before I close them up. Let's grab some gold. So I do like to put my gold ink in one of these fine liners and draw with it that way. And I also do it with my black ink. The black ink I use is by Dick Blick, called Copycat. And I need a scratch piece of paper here. I don't know if I'm going to pull out. I'd love to get a white, but I can't find a thin enough, a good white ink. Oh, I can try. Yes, Gwen, I can do that. Um, so thank you for asking that question, Gwen. So when I, so for links in my video description, I will put a link to a shop, all right, but I'm not going to put links to products. And here's why. Those links can change. I love this. And then over time, if it's in my video, you know, you can't get to it. So I'll put a link to the main shop of where the items are. And then, like, Gwen, since you asked for the colors, I will try to remember them. I will list the color, the type of watercolor, and then I'll just list the names of the watercolors that they are. All right. Um, so that's what I'm going to be doing going forward, because I don't want anyone to click on a bad link when it comes to that. Um, that can happen sometimes where it doesn't solidify, and that's because of binders or anything else. It's not bad. All right, so let's light touch. If you're doing this, don't squeeze it. Ask me how I know. And this is not easy to clean up. There's just gold everywhere. And you want to move quickly, and I keep it on to the side. And all I'm doing is I'm just following what I'm seeing on my piece. You do not even have to push that much, and you're just drawing. We can add dots. Trying to see where my tape is. You can also get now the Kuretake gold is, it's wonderful. But you can, I've tried other gold calligraphy inks, and I do feel they're just as good. Cool. Oh. Yeah, I have had just some, I just like that. I think that's really cool. Now, I'm going to let that dry. And then I want to do this big spot. Now, you can also do circles. Just gotta, I'll do circles on the other one. You just gotta really move. Gotta get the nerve to do this. it's fun. But I do enjoy the dots that it gives. The more you have your tip on an angle, the more you'll get a line like I did there instead of a dot. If you want a dot, you just gotta don't boom, down onto the paper because it'll come out. If you shake this bottle, it will come out. Please learn from my past experiences. If nothing else, my room is filled with comic relief. I just think that just looks cool. And again, you can do circles. You just want to move quick when it comes to this. You can keep it close, or you can make it look like print toms. You can keep it the same size. And you can do it with black ink as well. Now, the black ink will come out a lot thicker, so I'm not wasting. I know someone's going to say, you're wasting it. No, I'm not. And another key is don't have your bottle filled all the way to the top, because that's the pressure that's going to come out. And I think that's the issue with this ink. I've got too much ink sitting in this container. We're just going to let that bubble go right out. And I'm just going to put this in the center because I'm not going to be able to control that. And you'll get the feel. See, big blob. So the weight of the ink will do that. So I do have too much ink in this. When it comes to, okay, so now you all get to watch me do this for an hour. Bah! There we go. So I just got to get some of that ink out of there. You can do squiggle lines. I know other abstract artists, you know, they pull in all of their mixed media stuff, but I really gravitated to this pen, or this, of pulling this in. Just put my hand in the gold. Yes, I did. And I'm just a glutton for punishment. Well, and if nothing else, yeah, there's just way too much ink in here. She is just having all kinds of fun in this bottle. So, to fix that, I don't want to know. It's one way. Oh, yeah. Oh, it just... Okay, we're going to put that cap back on. And at some point, we're going to wash that cap out. Yeah. Let's get a fine liner. I'm going to move that out of my way so I can stop putting my hand in it. So this is just a fine liner. You can do circles with this as well if you don't want to put it in the bottle. Just hold that straight up. Just twirl around. No pressure. Just keep twirling. You can mix it in with the gold. And then you'll get a gold mix. Like a spider web. I think that's a cool card front. You can do wonderful things with black ink. And honestly, it's very reasonable. So if you're looking for something that does not cost a lot, black ink is it. All right, now let's grab a fine liner. So fine liners are great. This is an 05 micron. So let's do some tangling. I don't know if I wonder if I can zoom you in. You want to get zoomed in? And that is just a, what is this called? They actually call these riggers. I don't know how they got that name, but it's actually called a rigger. But again, now a rigger is what's going to get you this. You would not be able to get this from, you know, around because around holds all of that water, um, and as you put pressure, you're going to get that thicker line. Now, if that's what you're looking for, then it's perfect for you. All right, but a rigger is what's going to get you that. And again, you just twirl it, just twist it around. All right, so I have a Micron 05. Let's see if I can zoom you in. I see Toodles. Gwen, you know Toodles. Oh, look at that. I can zoom you in. Woohoo! Look at that. Hello. So let's do some Toodles. So Toodles is a tangle in our Zen tangling world. And as you can see, we can tangle on top of watercolor. These are just very basic strokes. Now in my level 1 community, and I'm going to go behind our swirls. I think I'm going to add some gold into those swirls. In the first level of the community, every month, a new tangle comes out. And you get instruction on how to do that tangle. I just add little flourishes to my Toodles. And then this is print Tomps. I like to put print Tomps inside this band. And again, that first level in the community is free. Absolutely free. It's very relaxing. And what's really cool is since we did this on watercolors, let's put another one in here. And tangles is another way to add some fun to your cards. So now that looks like it's going through there. I like to say with our tangles, we can trick the eye and make things seem like they're happening when they're not. Please tell me I'm in okay. I do have I am not used to tangling with this big of a pen. I can highly recommend. Oh, thank you, Cordelia. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I have a lot of fun in the community. I have a lot of fun, period. I like showing you guys different things to do. All right, let's put a third one in. Because you guys know me, I work in threes. But the community is all about paper. It's not just card making. It's paper. It's what we can do with paper. Because I believe we can do anything with paper. That's the fun of it. So far, we have done an extremely detailed simplicity. We just finished up ink smushing. We did masterboards. We started off with abstract art. This. I think that's fun. And then we can add am I still in? Yes. I forget, what else did we do? We did do, yeah, we did do a single signature journal. A new tangle comes out every month. And that's what we did in the first level. And then there is a second level. There is a fee for that level. And basically that level, we just go into more details of things. So like the single tangles, the paid group, they actually get a step out where it's a written document that they can download for each of the tangles, step by step, but the videos clearly take you through the step. They get cuts and measurements guides. So like when we started out and we did abstract art, theirs was also abstract art, and we made a journal, a watercolor journal, with a flexible spine. I had fun with that. Alright, so we got that. Turtles with some caviar. That's what they're called. Now, you really can't see that, right? It's kind of, can't see it. Well, the magic comes in. And we bring in our chalk. Yes. Our chalk and our graphite, aka number 2 pencil. White chalk pastel. Yes. Now, blending stump. Q-tip. Q-tip. Alright. So now we're going to start making this look 3D. Oops, sorry. So I'm going to add my graphite here. Just on one side. We do not care in the Zentangle world about light source. We do not care where the light's coming from. There is no up, there is no down. And for those of you that are curious, I am a certified Zentangle teacher. I teach classes in person at my local high school. I have online courses, an online course for it. and I will be teaching it. Doing some in the first level, and then just different things in the second level. So you can see the graphite kind of makes it come to life, gives it the dimension that we're looking for, pulls it out. It's still a little dark, though, and that's because we're doing this on watercolor, but that's okay, because you're going to see, and I'm just adding shades, and again, I'm just putting it down, and then I'm just squishing over it. It's a technical term. I'm just putting a line, and then I'm going over. I can use what's still on here. It's the white that's going to pull this out. And I'm going to go on to the other side of that. Where's my third? There she is. I'm going to just, and you can see, I'm just getting it on there. I'm not, it's not, and then I'm adding it on top. Again, there's no exact science to this. I don't want you to think there is. We don't, again, it's non-representational. And I'm just going to swoosh. That's what I call it. I call it a swoosh. Just swoosh that in. And now we're starting to see our toodles. You can see it just a little bit better. You can add as much or as little. Sometimes with the white chalk, you don't even have to blend it. You can just draw with it. And yeah, I use my finger. There you go. Toodles. Now, I do need to add the gold. I do need to, oh my God. And I do, Sala. I do have my stamps. Would you guys like to see the sneak peek? There you go. Going to put this back on. Take me 10 years. I can't say. Okay. Oh. Oh, Cordelia, you're free for the next 4 to 8 hours. You want me to do this for 4 to 8 hours? Oh, please don't do that. But there you go. Oh, and then we need to sign it. Remember, always sign your work. Always sign your work. And in the Zentangle world, we have what's called a chop. and that's my chop. And that's just a D and a K. So see? See how easy that was? That was easy. Oh, you want me to stop speaking and you want me to show the sneak peeks. Okay, I can do that. Do you want me to continue with this at all afterwards? Okay, so, but that's, let's get back to the community, and let me just put these back in here. So that's what the community is about, but again, I do stress that there is a free level. Now, I'm hoping I can zoom you all back out. And we do all kinds of things. Okay, so fingers crossed I can scroll you all back out. Oh, I can. Oh, that is so nice. I learned something new. Okay. Hang on. Okay, so there's the sneak peek. I'm just kidding. Let me move some stuff here. I'll show you a couple things. And then we'll get back into this. I was having fun with that. I mean, look at that. Wouldn't that make a beautiful card front? I'm just saying. Or frame it. Frame it. And that's the first time I actually tangled on watercolor paper. Yes, Gwen, that's the first time I tangled on watercolor paper. Okay. We'll keep that there. I'm going to move this. So, when we were talking about the community, so here, these are the ink smush panels that we did and that I walked through. This is using ink sprays. This is using oxides on a glass and a silicone mat. And of course there was lots of splatters. And then this is using 4 colors that would basically create mud. But that's kind of like my autumn go-to. We can die cut them. It's funny you guys were talking about leaves. Why can't we die cut the leaves? I'll show you that. And then I walk you through how we make our cards. So that's what we did. That was, we stamped on them, had all kinds of fun. Free. Oh, and then we created a card. So that's what we did for September. Finished that up. And then in that wasn't good. And then in the paid level, a very basic scrapbook album. Very basic, because, and again, these, we've just got to scratch the surface on these. This is a 1 hinge system, so we've got a pocket. There's a band with a magnet, a layered flip. And then when we turn this one, that comes out, that comes out. This is using a 6x6 paper pad as well. So these are like spots. You can put different things. That's magnetized. And then we have a waterfall. There's a huge boo-boo. I keep all boo-boos in. This video has not come out yet, but this video alone is close to 3 hours, going step by step, walking through this. And again, this is just the surface when it comes to that. We will be revisiting our scrapbook albums on what we can do. And then there's another one that's being shown for the month of September with 3 hinges, the 3 turning pages in there. So that's what we do in our groups. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for October in my free level. I haven't figured it out. So if y'all have any ideas, let me know. Okay, I've held you off long enough, right? Yes, Sala. It actually is. That is P13. How'd you know that? How did you know that that was a P13 pack? You know your paper. Where is it? That's it. That's the one that I used. It was sitting in my stash, and that little face just looked at me, and I went, "Oh, that's too cute." And that's what we used for that. So yeah, nice. Okay. So I have decided my two design team members, Sean and um, Biddy. How can I forget Biddy? They should, if they haven't already, their shipments have gone out, and then there's always two others that I send out as well. I have chosen the launch date for this. It will be, pause, pause, November 2nd. November 2nd is when the stamps will launch. I don't know yet. There's just a couple things that I've got to check out. I may have a pre-order on this one. There is a theme to these that I won't give away, that you'll find out on November 2nd on how that collection and how this collection came about. All right. And it is geared towards 5x7. We went into the realm of 6x8 stamp sets for 3 of them. So, the first one, I think this is absolutely cute. You ready? So here's the first one. Now this is a 6x6 stamp set. And it is a stocking. Alright, it's all tangled. So we've got jetties, and we've got the stocking, and then 3 bold sentiments. So again, this is a 6x6 stamp set. And I will apologize again. I am only shipping in the United States. Because I just can't. I don't have the volume to get any discounts. I'm not going to say what the names are of the stamps, because that'll kind of give away the whole theme of this. Here's one of the 6x8s. So we kind of have some panels. They can be bookmarks. They can be borders. I'm not going to move my thumb. So lots of different designs here, combining, commingling. You can create a background with these. Here, where's the next one? Here's another 6x8. Now that one you're not going to be able to read. So here we've got a frame that's going around. Huge floral that's coming through. Now again, yes, it's geared for 5x7. But for those of you that do our standard A2 size card, don't be intimidated by this, because we can cut it. We can position it on our card front. You'll get just a different look. So don't think, again, I love big stamps. I know they're not for everybody, because I like real estate. I like working on a 5x7, a 6x6, or a 7x7 card base. I've even worked on an 8x8. Absolutely loved it. But again, this can go onto a standard A2 size panel, you're just going to get a section of it, and it's going to look like it's coming off of it. And then our last one is also a 6x8. This one's my favorite. So again, we've just got this piece that's going through the thing. See, there's doodles. Doodles! And we've got flux, and we've got muka, and we've got poke root. This is marsu that's twining in. And then, of course, we've got, this one's more of the fall. Halloween, because we have the spooky, cozy autumn, haunted greetings, everything Halloween. And then one of my favorite quotes, because I try to put one of those in when it comes to my stamps, there is no beauty without some strangeness, by Edgar Allan Poe. Right? And I thought it was fitting for that one. So I was very excited when I was able to put that quote in there. There's this certain quotes. So far, you've now seen 3 of them. There's 2 more that I like. So those are the stamps. Those are the stamps. You know, Sala, I've really been toying with that. Sala asked if I would be doing any digital stamps. I need to keep thinking about it when it comes to that. But it is in my thought. And if I do decide to actually go through with it and do that, I would also go back through the previous collections. And there's 4. This is the 5th collection that I'm actually coming out with. I am amazed that I'm on my 5th collection. And that's to you guys. So I say thank you to you guys for allowing me to go to a 5th collection. I have to say this is my favorite. And on November 2nd, you'll understand why when it comes to that. It is, you know, I'm just holding back on it. It's tough to explain. So I do. I hope you'll enjoy it when it comes to those collections. But Sala, just know I am thinking about it, and just know once I make that decision, I'm thinking about something else when it comes to that decision as well. So yeah, it's been a wonderful ride. Who knew? Who knew? All right, let's get back to these real quick. So let's look. I'm gonna grab a Q-tip. But I have all kinds of things that are available for people. My roots are going into Zentangle, but my channel here is not changing. I've gotten a couple emails from other followers who have been concerned. Don't be concerned. My YouTube channel's not going anywhere. It's going to stay. All right, let's peel this away and see what we got. I just do, again, I like to teach. And when I teach, that pulls in the gabbiness. I love to gab. Because I want to make sure that everything is being explained, and my community allows for that. I can break it down into sections. I can break it down into components. Okay, that's just cool looking. What do you think? I think that's cool looking. I love these abstract arts. I think these are great panels for cards. And look, I got a frame already. Just saying. All right, now let's look at this one. I'm going to hold off on pulling that one off. And then we've got this one. And I think I'm going to hold off on pulling this one out as well. Okay, that came out really cool. All right, we're going to do, what time is it? Where are we at? Really? We're only 2 hours in? Okay. I thought we were longer than that. It is. And here on the channel, you know, yes, I will do some live, you know, recordings on videos, but they can be really long. And again, it just takes time. Okay, these panels are cool. So we're going to cut these panels up. You know, there's something strangely about this one I like, but not for tangling. And it's these colors here that are killing me. I love the center. Love the center part of it, but, I don't know. So we're going to cut those up. We're going to pull this in. Let's pull those out. We've got 2 awesome card panels so far. Or, again, we can frame them. Why not? But let's look at our other ones that we've got going on here. I promised you we would pull those off. Love. That's my style of a rainbow. Yep. No, zoom me out just a little bit more. Yeah, that's my style of a rainbow. It's muted, it's down. So let's take these off. No, let's keep these on. Let's have some fun with these. What do you think? That's cool. All right, this one's going to get cut up. So again, these are granulating watercolors. I do love the effect, and when they really dry, you can really see the 2 tones of the colors, because again, the Mission Gold or Tourmalines, that's what's in every single color. It's that tourmaline color. So here you can see it here. You can see that pinky tone in there. So that's why you get this underlying tone in there. I mean, look at that beautiful granulation. It's awesome. Again, it's not for everyone. I do tend to go to the stranger things, so to speak. So we're going to cut that one up. Anthony, you won't get the granulation, meaning these little specks in here. But what you will get when you use salt is this, the blooms, the bloom effect. Now, if you don't have salt, you can use water. You can definitely use water, and that's actually shown in my last live, the live last week, where I literally splattered with water, but you got to let it go. You got to leave it alone. You can't force that. You don't get the same result if you use a heat gun to dry. Did you just jump into a panel, Max? No. Okay. Hi, Max. You won't get the same result if you force it to dry. You need to let it dry naturally. This one I love. I love this one. It's a little dark though, but that's okay. That's okay. I thought this one was a little dark as well, but you can still see it. So I may use a bolder marker when we do Inktober instead of my normal fine line. All right. So that's going to get cut. All right, let's have some fun. Here's my pencil. There's nothing like a pencil. And again, Ticonderoga. Any pencil, not a mechanical pencil. Not a mechanical pencil. And just have fun putting your lines on. You can also do this with a black mark. You can do this with anything. You know, just have fun. Just let it go. Let it move through. Don't hold back. And that's what I found what I was doing when I was doing this. I was honestly holding myself back. I wasn't going through all of the steps and all of the motions. Now again, when you put all types of mixed medias on these, yeah, you may have to spray it. Yep. So be prepared for that. That's kind of why I stick with pens. I'm trying to find the right... I like those acrylic markers that I have, but I really want to find a certain set. But this is a great gold pen. And with this, I do the same thing. And my end screen here. And again, I'm just following the lines of the watercolor. And because you're granulating love water, and again, I did these on Bristol paper. I didn't do it on watercolor paper. I got all these beautiful blooms because I do like the blooms. I know you should be on 100% cotton. I get it. And again, just adding, just following those lines. They look like little heartbeats. And for this, arc. So yeah, I'm just looking for certain pens to do mark making with, so that it is just a pen. So that I don't have to, I mean, I have the sprays, I just don't like using them. And of course, when I use them, I'm always outside. Absolutely. And this just has all kinds of different things that we can do. And even this, I'm holding it up high so that it's just, it's scratching along. Embrace the chaos. Absolutely embrace the chaos. I think when we do that, our artwork is just absolutely gorgeous and mesmerizing. And you can get lost in it. Just like I am now. I could just do this for a very long time. And what's cool for you tanglers out there, as we're making these spaces, you can do a tangle in there. You know, pull in these different elements. Like I started doing one here, and you can have another one out here, and all of that fun stuff. So really for me, I like to just use a micron and the gold pen. And the beauty of microns, you can go up to a 12. It's an awesome pen. It's like Morse code as we put this on across there. Right? And then we can round these corners. Pull in a little bit of neurographic art. And just have fun with your marks. wait. See? Oh, have a good one, Story. Thanks for stopping by. And what's great about, for me, abstract art, you can put as much or as little as you want. But again, you don't want to overwork it, or maybe you do. Now, that's what I'll say when it comes to abstract art. You can, you can't, I mean, whatever it is that you would want to do, you can do. Can you tell I like the whole gold thing going on there? That's fine. You can either add a little or you can add a lot. Whatever it is you want to add. You can just add lines and then your areas. This is something that's extremely relaxing. That's why sometimes I stop talking. Now, that could be a good thing. You know, I'm just saying. But I do enjoy, I very much enjoy Zentangle. Because if I get stressed or when I'm feeling overwhelmed, this is something that is a de-stressor for me. Sorry if I was out of the sight there. Okay, micron pens work very well over watercolors. Just saying. And we can even add our chalk pastels. We can go right over those lines. Add the highlight. You can do this also with a colored pencil. It's just going to look different. And this chalk is pushing around the watercolor, which, again, I think is cool. So you can add a chalk pastel. And again, we do not care about light source. Now I've got blue on my finger. But I do like the way that that chalk's reacting. Very much so. Very, very much so. But I have a pencil sharpener. So, let's see if this will work. You can add your highlights in this way. You just want a Q-tip or a blending stump. This is called a tortillon because it's hollow. Blending stump is solid. So if you just take your chalk along those edges, blend it out, you're even accenting the watercolors even more. Sorry for the noise. I'm really pressing down. And again, I'm not blending it out. I'm just bringing it into the paper so that it can have that highlight. You don't always have to do that with white chalk. So now I'm just drawing with it so that I can have that harsh white area. Okay. Makes it look like clouds are sitting in there. And what I'm highlighting are the blooms. I'm pulling out the blooms. Do you have to come in with your blending something? You can just draw on it. I mean, you can do the same thing with your white chalk. Why not? those are actually words there. Yeah, because that's my handwriting. That's my true handwriting. It's horrible. So for anybody that has ever made a purchase and when I put my thank you in there, I'm so sorry. My handwriting is just mm. And there you go. So microns, fine liners, any fine liner, you just want to make sure that they're archival. So it can be any fine liner. Um, you just want to make sure that they're not water-based. And then the pen touch. This is the thinnest one that I've found, the pen touch. I don't get the same results from a gel pen. Let's see what we got. And then we'll cut up those large panels. And we'll see how those tiles are going to look. And in the free level of the community, there will be some tangles from Inktober. So I'm still mapping that out. So they are really cool. Now, what do I do with these? So these that have very much intrigued me, I actually put them in a portfolio and I save them. Yes, mine's not either. I do not do my handwriting is horrible. Now, my brother-in-law, he absolutely loves it. He thinks it is so cool, my handwriting, and I'm like, yeah, but nobody can really read it. I mean, when I'm really just writing, you can't read it. I actually have to, for the cards, I am actually slowing down. I'm just saying. I'm just I'm actually slowing down when it comes to that. All right, here we go. We're going to cut our panels. I really like these two. I'm going to be making more of these because those, I really like those, and that's what I want my panels to be. I'm missing one. Aren't I missing one? No, because I did the one on the thing. Okay. So these need to be, and I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm actually going to do 4x4. No, I'm going to stick with the 3.5 by 3.5. I'm going to take off the white edge. And if I have a small white edge left, that's fine. I believe I'm going to ink around these anyway, so before I put them in my thing. All right. 3.5, 3.5, 7, plus another 3.5, 7.5. So I could actually go 3 3/4. Ah, I'm going to move that water. And we'll move that. All right, so I'm going to go 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to have these little strips, but that's all right, because that, I'm going to do something with this. So we're just going to make our pile, and then we'll see how this all comes out. And remember what I said. Oh, I think I want to make 2 more panels of the other ones. And now I think I just changed my mind. One cut. Wah, ha, 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 ha. I'm even going to cut up that one where I'm just like, nope. Mm-mm. Yep, everything I went to put in that jar just fell to the ground. So as I'm cutting this, I'm looking, which way do I want to go? What am I seeing for this? Now, should I be doing that? No, because then that means I'm overthinking the process. And you don't want to do that. You just want to make your cuts. So don't do what I do. Okay, that looks like a beach. Right? Just saying. Now, and again, remember, this is what it looked like. Hey. No, you're just coming into the end. We had a play with the granulating watercolors. So you will get to see what we did. This was like a Mod Podge today, but I had fun. I love playing. Playing with stuff, not necessarily making anything. That's a good day for me. So my objective is to have 31 tiles by the time I'm done this. Because again, Inktober is 31 days. And I'm sure there's going to be someone saying, why are you cutting these up? Because we can. Yep. We absolutely can. And if I'm shaking my camera, I'm so sorry. Oh, man, I moved a little bit. So instead of my tiles being 3.5 by 3.5, I'm making the tiles 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I think I'm going to actually find something else to tangle with. That was a lot of cutting. Oh, save that. Woo! So these will be saved. I think what I'm actually going to do with these is actually cut them in half this way, and I'm going to write the tangle on it. So these are our panels. And again, remember what they looked like before. Now we've got something completely different. Now, because these are dark, muted colors, they're dark. They didn't dry back too much. But I'm actually okay with that. That just means now I've got to find something else to tangle with, and I'm not going to use a jelly roll. No. Mm-mm. I like that one. No. There's just some where I'm like, okay, I'll put that one in there. I like that one. This I'm just going to pull out because, okay, that just needs to go there. That just needs to sit over there. So some of these are light, but these are what I'm ultimately going to tangle. Okay, that one's going to go over there too. That I'm going to tangle on. I am very happy. I was not quite sure that was not going to come out the way that it was, but I like it. So these are the ones that are going to stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I need 6 more. That just means I'll have to do another panel. It's all right. Oh, that's right, because I used up one of my large panels by doing these two things. So we also did this. pretty cool. These are going to go in my portfolio. I mean, I could cut them up. You can, but I kind of like them like that. Although I need to change that. I don't know. So we did that. We did this cute little guy. So that would go great onto a card front. Do I have any card fronts here? There we go. So that would look great on a card front. So again, and you don't need a sentiment. You know, boop, sign it. Got to sign it. Got to sign it. And we did this one. So we tangled. Yes, Biddy, we tangled today. But we just did it on this one. Because I was talking. And I also gave a sneak peek of the stamps. But I did not give the story behind them. Yes, that I refused to do. So we tangled just a little bit. And we have these two. Now, I could take these. No. So we have these two. And then we also have these. But I'm not done with these yet. And then we have this one. Sala thinks it looks like a claw. So I had a lot of fun with these. Now, let's... You all are seeing what I'm seeing, right? Right? Hang on. I'm going back to the ring. I guess I could do those. I guess I could scan them. I've never done that. All right. White acrylic paint. I mean, you are seeing what I'm seeing, right? Yeah, you are, right? If you just load up a brush with lots of acrylic paint. Right? Right? Just saying. I love it when a beach just comes out. And you don't have to think about it. I do like to have a lot of acrylic paint on my brush, because then for me it it the watercolor really doesn't have a chance to come in. And it also adds a little bit of texture, because then you just let this dry. And you're just dabbing it. I feel like Ross. I feel like that gentleman. Yes, Bob Ross. Just tapping it with a brush. I'd love to have one of his paintings. Yes. Yes, I would. There we go. 2 beach scenes. And the amazing part of those, I shouldn't have used that brush for my acrylic, but that's okay. It'll clean. We'll get in there and clean it now. Okay, we're good. Should mix the brushes. So now I just have another panel to do. I was concentrating. You don't miss a trick, do you, Sala? But yeah, they're cute. Wouldn't they be great, like little tiny... I wish I had a third one, because then you could have like, and again, you could frame it. You could frame them. Now, don't worry, these are not going to go in the trash. They're just not going to be part of the whole thing that we're doing for Inktober. And as I said, there'll be a couple videos over here. These, I'll probably record tangling on this and show that. You can also tangle on this little guy. So again, don't think that any of these things that I just throw together and all that go to waste. They do not. So we've got that. And then these, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to finish them up. I don't know yet. These just might stay that way. That one just might stay. And something needs to go in here. Something's going to go in here. But I do need to find something else some different type of pen to tangle with, and I don't know what that's going to be. But I will figure it out. All right, so guys, I gave you lots of updates. I gave you some sneak peeks to the stamps. You will know the story behind them on November 2nd. So that's the live here. All right, that's my normal day to go live, and that's what that live will be dedicated to. We will be launching the stamps. I'll send out a post if they should go on pre-order. I have the funny feeling someone's going to call me and say yes. So there's a good possibility of that. Stay tuned for... I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cordelia. I know. I just got a little behind. I got a little behind, but for a good reason. And again, it'll all come together. October 4th, correct me if I'm wrong, Biddy, October 4th, right? Please say yes. I say yes. I don't know if she's still there. Who on earth would do that? What? Well, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Biddy. So potential for pre-orders. Um, October 4th, we will be live on Biddy's channel. Yes. Okay, she finally said yes. Notice how I drug that out. I'm so sorry. So October 4th, 8 a.m. Central. That, right? 8 a.m. Central? Or is it 7? 8 a.m. Central, which is 9 a.m. Eastern, and 6 a.m. Pacific. We will be live together. So make sure you go to Biddy's channel for that, and that's a Saturday. So we've already figured out what we're going to do. I'm sure it will be hysterical. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's see. So sneak peeks. We talked about the communities. I showed you what we did. And again, it is your choice. But again, I hope you do go over there. There's so many details, so many different things that we're doing over there in the free level. Again, the second level is paid, but that's because you're getting handouts. You're getting more in depth into certain things. So there's the difference of it. And you will see these tiles come to life. Very much so. So that's what they are for as well. Biddy, am I missing anything? I don't think I think I can. It's now on my calendar. Well, I'll be going live on the 2nd, Cordelia, my normal time. So I'll be doing that. I might even start it at 8. Because I do my grocery shopping. So probably as soon as I'm done my grocery shopping, that's when I'll do that. So, and then now that Biddy knows, she'll announce when she goes, and then I will be sending this to Sean to let him know. And I cannot wait because I'm getting Sean out of his comfort zone. Yes, I do know that I'm doing that, which I think is wonderful. And I know he will just do amazing things. I just know it. I feel it. And I know Biddy will as well when it comes to that. So we did lots of cutting. We had fun with our granulating watercolors. I had a great play with them. Love them. Love, 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 love. I need to make one more panel, which I will do once we're done. Guys, thank you. Truly appreciate and love each and every one of you. 5th stamp set coming out soon. That is amazing to me. It's mind-blowing, actually. But it's because of you guys that's happening. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Stay tuned to the community page. Thank you for those that are in the community. Thank you as well. I hope you're enjoying all that. For those of you here, I hope you're enjoying what we're doing here. It's chaotic. It's all over the place. But that's what crafting's all about. That's what being creative is. It's not to be structured. It's not to be defined. It is to just have fun and play. And we all interpret that differently. And that's the wonderful thing that we can see and how we see all of this come together. So guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I'll talk a little slowly so that Biddy can answer Sala's question. Biddy, answer Sala. When will you be live next? Tomorrow morning, Sala. Get that down. All right. And again, I thought, or I hope you guys enjoyed this. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Biddy, I'm sure we'll be talking. I have the feeling. I'm feeling it now. Take care of yourselves. Continue to stay safe and healthy. All right. But most of all, keep creating, guys. And do it in everything that you do. Love to all of you. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week.